Today I want to go over the basics of the new Lightroom CC. This is actually a pretty good program when it comes to working between devices and mobile devices. So very first, to import photographs, you could do it two ways. You can either just drag and drop photographs onto here, or you can just come up here where the plus sign is and click that once. And let's just go ahead and just grab a photograph. And you can click multiple photographs or just click one. So I'm just going to click one for the demonstration. And I'm going to hit right here where it says Review for Import. Now, depending on the many photographs that you did click, it'll probably show across the board here. But I do just have one, and I'm going to hit Add One Photo. If you do decide not to import a certain photo, all you got to do is just click right there at the check mark. But I'm going to keep this one clicked and hit Add One Photo. Okay, now for the basic editing, if you come over to your right side, I do already have a window up here, but you're probably going to see this right here. If you click the three little lines right here, you'll see all your editing controls on the left side here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to click on these little tabs here. And right here I do have the options for my exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, and blacks. So you do have basically a lot of the same features that you would have in the Lightroom CC Classic, what they call now. And to show you also, we got the colors right here where you do have your vibrance right here and your saturation. If you wanted to make your photo a little more saturated, you can change your color temperature and your tint right there. And your effects, you do have your clarity right here, dehaze, which they did add up by the clarity, which is kind of nice. I tend to use that feature quite a bit. Lightroom vignette, you can go one way and it makes it a little more white, or you can go the other way, which gives it kind of a more essential detail. Now under detail, if you click that, this is where you have your sharpening, noise reduction, colored noise reduction, and grain. So this noise reduction is definitely nice for photos that you do have a lot of noise from low light situations, and it seems to be working pretty nice. So I do like this little option here. So under optics right here, if you click on optics right here, you do have an option of doing enable lens corrections, which I do a lot of times. And then depending on the situation of the picture, you could do manual controls, or you could find a lens on a drop down. Okay, and then the other quick options I wanted to show you on the right side, you do have your crop feature right here where you can do your cropping. Just by clicking and dragging on your photo, picking a corner here, you can obviously crop it to whatever size you might like. And then the one feature I really like is this healing brush right here. So you click that, and then what's cool about the healing brush, if you roll the wheel on your mouse and say I want to get rid of this rock right here, I'll just click once on it, and then it's going to find a light that's pretty close or equivalent. And then say I wanted to modify a little bit, I could just drag this circle just a little bit, just to make it look just a little bit more natural. Then I'll just hit my enter key. So the healing brush is pretty cool, and you do have the options of feather and opacity right here too. And then right here we have your normal brush. So say I wanted to increase the exposure up a little bit. This is where I could just go and paint a certain area on the photograph, and then I could just do some manual adjustments right here just to give it a little more highlights and make it pop just a little bit. And I could always add some saturation too to make the colors even a little more vibrant there. Next thing down the line here, we have the linear gradient tool here. So this is where you could just click and drag, and say I wanted to modify the sky a little bit, so I could just lower the exposure, and I can also add a little clarity on it also. And the last tool I wanted to show you real quick is the radial gradient tool. So we could just let me just click, create a circle, and I can always rotate that circle, and then I could always add a little highlight to the photograph also. So you could do a lot of things. Now to make this work right, you want to make sure you hit invert if you just want to do within the circle, or if you uncheck that, it's going to do everything outside the circle. So that's just the real basics on that. Now say you got a photograph, and this looks actually pretty terrible right now, so but let's just say I want to go ahead and export this. To do that, I just go on the upper right hand corner and you're going to see this kind of box with the arrow. Click that. Now you do have the option of going directly to Facebook, or you can save to a hard drive or your desktop. So it says save to. Now here you do have an option of going JPEG or original plus the settings, but I'm just going to keep this on JPEG. Let's pick a location. So just by right here by location, if you click on this folder, click once, and I could just save it, say, to my desktop and hit choose. And then the last option you do have is the size. So you have an option of full size, you can go small, or you could do a custom size. And you click on custom, this is where you can adjust your pixels. So I'm just going to go with full size, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so that's just a real basics. Like, I mean, I can go into a lot more details with this, but I just wanted to give you a really quick overview just to get started on this new Lightroom CC. Hope this helped you out. Share this video with anybody you know that this could help them out, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. You guys have yourself a really good day.